The legendary West Indies cricket captain Clive Lloyd was quoted recently as saying that Test cricket is an examination. Well, if that is so, there's no other examination in the game of cricket or Test cricket than playing against the world champion Australia in their backyard at Adelaide Oval. And that is a challenge that Cricket West Indies team will face when they come up against Australia tomorrow evening starting at 6:30 p.m. Jamaica time, 7:30 p.m. in the Eastern Caribbean. On February 3, 1997, a limping Courtney Walsh bowled out Australia for 194 to set West Indies 56 to win, which they duly obliged with Robert Samuels and Sherwin Camber getting the total without losing a wicket. That was the last time that West Indies beat Australia in a test match in Australia 27 years ago. Australia had won the toss and have decided to bat first and made 243. Currently, Ambrose getting 5 wickets in that first innings, along with Bishop getting 3. When West Indies batted, Brian Lara made 132, Robert Samuel 76, and Cole Hooper 57, as West Indies posted 384 all out before Walsh. On that Sunday night, Jamaica time, Monday in Australia, a limping Courtney Walsh, you would recall that when the West Indies batted, Brian Lara acted as a runner through the entire innings for Courtney Walsh. And so West Indies posted 384. When Australia was asked to bat the second time, they were bowled out for 194. Courtney Walsh bowling medium pace was unplayable as he knocked over both Waugh, Bevan, Healy and Reifel to getting 5 wickets in the second innings, just ambering up to the crease to bowl. On that magical occasion in Perth, on February 3, 1997, was the last time that West Indies beat Australia in a test match. Hello everyone, welcome to the show, and I'm glad that you are here as I pick my playing 11 for tomorrow's evening game. It is a pleasure. Please scratch a like on the video and click on that subscribe button. Before I go to the playing 11 though, I must remind you that coming up this weekend, this Saturday, at the Westin Hotel in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the Legends Weekend Celebrity Gala, where Lawrence Rowe will be celebrating his 75th birthday and the 50th anniversary of that magnificent 302 versus England at Kensington Oval in Barbados. Viv Richards will be there, Joel Garner will be there, Ramner Sawan, Chris Gale will be there. Yours truly, the Cricket Forum, will be there. There are just a few tickets left. My information this morning that there are less than tickets. There are less than 10 tickets remaining. So please, the link is in the video description or the phone number is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. That's caribtic.com. That's the link in the video description. Please click on that link and get your tickets and come out and meet the Cricket Forum. That's at the Westin Hotel in Fort Lauderdale this Saturday evening at 6 p.m. The Legends Weekend Celebrity Gala featuring Lawrence Rowe, Vivian Richards, Joel Garner, Andy Roberts, Ramner Sawan, Christopher Gale, Forward Bacchus, and more, including yours truly, the Cricket Forum. So get your tickets right now and come on down and meet me there along with these legendary cricketers. Also, other news in West Indies cricket at this time. Yesterday, the under-19 team played against New Zealand in their first of 2 warm-up matches at the under-19 Cricket World Cup in South Africa. Led by Nathan Seeley, who took 4 for 21 from 9 overs, they bowled out the New Zealand under-19 for 131 runs. In reply, West Indies were 74 for 4 in a tickerish position when Jordan Johnson went for, I think, 17. However, I think his name is Dawn. He made 45 not out, and Joel Andrews, he also made 36 not out. He hit 3 sixes. He was in spanking form. West Indies eventually winning by 6 wickets. So they lost no further wicket after being 74 for 4. Coming up tonight, 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, the West Indies under-19 will play against Nepal in the second and final warm-up match before they play against South Africa on Friday in their opening match of the World Cup. So just on the screen there is a comment from the West Indies under-19 captain, Stefan Pascal, who said, over the years, this has been the stepping stone for many young players. So we all see this as a golden opportunity to perform on the world stage and to do great things for the West Indies. So that comment came from the West Indies under-19 captain, Stefan Pascal, speaking at the launch of the tournament. Now to my playing 11 for the match, because this is why we are all here. Now, the first thing I want to do, as I usually do, is to select those who majority of us believe will play. These are the batsmen who I think that will play in the match. And I think 95% of us would agree that these 5 will play. Brathwaite, Hattonese, Da Silva, Hodge, and Greaves. Based on the performances in the A-team tour of Bangladesh and South Africa, based on the performances in the warm-up matches, in the one warm-up match against the Australian Cricket 11, based on performances in last year's regional 4-day tournament, and based on performances in Test cricket, I believe that these 5 will play. Now, Joshua De Silva is probably some doubt coming into this series, but after the century in the final 18 match against South Africa, and then another 100 in the match against Australia Cricket 11, there should be no doubt about Joshua Da Silva place in this team. And clearly, he is the wicket keeper by default. So these are the 5 batsmen who I think that everybody would agree that will play. Judging also again from the performance of past performance in Test cricket, judging from the A-team tour of South Africa and the performance in the recently concluded match against the Australian Cricket 11, these are the 4 bowlers that I believe that majority of us believe will play. So that is Roach, Alzarri Joseph, Gudakesh Moti, and Shamar Joseph. That makes 9 players. So of the 15 that are in Australia, that means 2 will come from the other 6. I would like to believe, and most of us would agree, that McCaskey and Imlach really stand no chance of playing. I think that is a sentiment that is fair and honest to express that these 2 have no chance of playing. I also believe that Shamar Joseph really outbowled Jordan in that match, in that practice match, although in the first innings, we saw where Jordan economy was better than Shamar Joseph. But when you look at the match in its entirety, Joseph really bowled better than Jordan. And I think that Joseph is ahead, that Shamar Joseph is ahead of Jordan at this time. So I do not think that these 3 will get in. There's one scenario, though, that is in my mind where one of them may get in. I'll come to that very, very shortly. The 3 persons now to pick 2 players from these 3 are Sinclair, Chanderpaul, and Mackenzie. The first question that I ask myself is Sinclair will give me more at number 7 than Chanderpaul opening or Mackenzie at number 3? Will he give me more? And that's one of the questions that I have to answer. So if I'm going to pick Sinclair in my playing 11, it's not necessarily because of his bowling. We have seen in the recent past where spinners have not done well in Australia. Ashwin, this Indian off spinner, in 2021, he got 12 wickets in 3 matches. But then it would be a criminal situation for me to compare Sinclair with Ashwin. Last year, Maharaj, the South African slow left-arm orthodox spinner, he was taken to the cleaners in Australia. And mark you, recently Mirage was #1 bowler in one format of the game. So I will not be playing Sinclair here for his spin bowling necessarily. But the question I have to ask myself, will Sinclair be able to contribute more at #7 than Chanderpaul and Mackenzie at the top of the order? And that is a question I have to ask myself. Now, should I back Da Silva at #4 and Kavim Aj at #3 and carrying Sinclair at #7? That's the question I ask myself. Or should I open with Joshua Da Silva and play Imlach as the wicket keeper batting at #7? That's another question that I ask myself. Now, in the end, I have decided that this would be my playing 11. So I'll open with Brathwaite and Chanderpaul. And I also look at the fact that there are two things that I've been hearing. Not two things I've been hearing. One is that Brathwaite is not happy with Chanderpaul opening with him. I also have this theory that if West Indies is to beat Australia, we will have to be aggressive. Now, there's a fine line between aggressive and reckless. And that is what I am fear, that these West Indies players, if you tell them to be aggressive and to be positive, they became reckless. They do not understand the difference. So in my gut feelings, I would wanted to go ahead with Mackenzie and ask him to open with Brathwaite and said, Mackenzie, I want you to play your natural game. I want you to play freely. In recent times, I've seen Mackenzie cutting out his most productive shot. And Mackenzie's most productive shot is hitting the ball over the top, over mid-off, down to the boundary for 4. And in recent times, I realized that he's not playing that shot. I hope that is the West Indies cricket staff, coaching staff is not telling him to cut out that shot because it is his most productive shot. And Vivian Richards may become great hitting the ball in the air over the top down to the boundary for 4. So I hope that is not something that they are telling Mackenzie to cut out. However, in the end, I look at it and say Chanderpaul have scored more runs than Mackenzie in the test matches that they have played together. So I'm going to go ahead and play Chanderpaul ahead of Mackenzie to open. I'm going to put Hodge up to 3. And I back Da Silva at #4, Atanase at #5, Greaves. I've been playing very well. And when you look at the West Indies batsmen, in that match against the Cricket Australian 11, Greaves, in my opinion, looked the best. I believe that Sinclair will contribute more with the bat at #7 than what Chanderpaul and Mackenzie will do at #2 and #3. And so I give Chanderpaul the hedge over Mackenzie to open, but I will slot in Kevin Sinclair at #7. As I said, not so much for his bowling, but I believe he will contribute more with the bat at 7 than those at the top. And so I'll go with the 4 bowlers, Joseph, Moti, Roach, and Joseph. Both Josephs there. This, I think, is the best playing 11 that West Indies could put on the park leading up to the first match, which starts tomorrow night. Now, the players have been talking. We have heard from Da Silva. We have heard from Alzarri Joseph. We have heard from Alzarri Joseph. And so we have been hearing from the players. But let's hear what Joseph has to say when he was asked about the West Indies preparation. As usual, you can predict Joseph's answer. Here is what Joseph has to say.
I think we had a really good preparation. We've been here for a couple of weeks now. So I think the practice game, we basically got what we needed out of it.
As usual, I am wondering if this was written, if this is a script that is written and given to the players for them to all say that preparation is going well. Every time we hear someone being interviewed by the West Indies, the captain, the coach, the vice captain, they are always saying that the preparation is going well. Is this that the media officer wrote down this for them? Is this that something that is discussed? For we are all hearing it all the time. The preparation is going well. One thing though, if they are admitting that the preparation is going well, they cannot blame Cricket West Indies for a lack of investment in the preparation of the team. Now, Joseph was also asked what he learned from last year, for West Indies did play against Australia, not last year, but 2022. But this was Joseph replied when he was asked.
Last time our lengths were a bit short, so like I said earlier, we just need to be a bit fuller and stay patient on the good areas.
Yes, so there is very good point he made. We must make note of that. His answers are always short, but he said something there that we must make note of. He said, the last time our length was a little short, and this time we need to pitch up the ball just a little more. Not bowling off volleys, but find it that right length. We are between back of the length and off volley. Find that length. And that was a good point there made by Joseph. And we are hoping that they executed well. Good observation. I'm very, very happy to hear what he said. Last time we bowled a bit short, but this time we learned that we will now need to pitch up the ball. When he was asked about his expectation for the series, or the team expectation for the series overall, this was Alzarri Joseph's reply.
Come in and give them a challenge. We're here to win 2 test matches. We're not just here to play. So we're going to come out here and give it our best.
Very well. Well said, Joseph. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Is he hoping against hope? Is it realistic that West Indies will beat Australia? It's very unlikely. But I'm happy for the confidence that Joseph showed in that interview. I'm happy for what he said. We are not just here to play cricket, but we are here to compete and to win a series. Let's hope it happens. As tall or harder as it is, as hard as the exam is to pass, we really hope that Joseph got it right and that West Indies will win the series. We know it's hard. We know it's difficult. But one more clip. This is from Joshua De Silva when he was asked about the warm-up game. Here is Joshua De Silva.
A massive confidence booster. Yeah, it was against Cricket Australia 11, but still cricket in the day, still cricket in the middle. Nothing can beat that. The nets is something, but when you actually get out into the middle and get a run out, it's amazing. And when you get some confidence from that as well, just try and carry it over into the test.
So he's saying that the warm-up match was a massive confidence booster for the way that West Indies performed. I was wondering why on that third day, West Indies never went for the win. And that would have even been a more bigger confident booster. I am one who believes that the reason why top teams play against weaker teams, one of the main advantages that coming from that is that you build up your confidence when you beat weaker teams. And so, although many would say that Cricket Australia 11 was weak, by winning, as Joshua De Silva said, well, by performing well, because we never went for the victory, by performing well, it boosts your confidence. My concern about Joshua De Silva, though, I don't know if he will be fit to play the match. Because if you look at his shoulder, it seems that there's some twitch in his shoulder because he's always moving it. I hope definitely that whatsoever injury he has in his shoulder, that will be rectified before tomorrow evening. Because if you look back at it, let me play it again and you take a look at his shoulder. It seems there that probably his shoulder is hurting him and his shoulder is uncomfortable. Just look at his shoulder. You see, he's always just moving that shoulder, moving that shoulder. So I'm wondering what is happening to his shoulder. Is he feeling pain in those shoulders? He's constantly moving them. So let's hope then that there's no issue with his shoulder and he will be fit to take his place tomorrow afternoon. There's definitely a twitch there in Joshua Da Silva's shoulder and we hope that it doesn't fall off very quickly. So thank you. So I've named my playing 11. I have run Brown a lot and now I'm coming to your opinion. Really appreciate you being here and please remember that the legendary weekend gala at the Westin in Fort Lauderdale this Saturday. There are just a few tickets remaining. Click on the link in the video description or the phone number scrolling across the bottom of the screen there. And come on down and let us have a wonderful time. There'll be some stories that have never been told before. And there are legendary stories that we have heard. Then all of it will be clarified come this Saturday at the West End. I'm looking forward to see you there. Please come down. I will now come to your comments and see your playing 11. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. Lanza Blake, it will be interesting to contrast my pick. Sorry about that. I've been talking a lot, so probably the throat got a little dry. So I'm drinking some of this good stuff here. Just a minute. Sorry about that. Very good. What is this like? Good morning, Basdu. Cornell Owens, how are you? Welcome to the show. Yes, Cornell. So now I've given you my pick. Well, very interesting. Our boy will win this and shock the world. Can't wait. The champion is saying. The champion is one of the most loyal West Indies supporters, and he always backed them. So, yes, the champion. Merrick, welcome to the show, sir. Good morning to you, Merrick. It's a pleasure. Juna Benjamin, the legend. Yes, Juna Benjamin, nice to see you. Glad that you are here. You have named your playing 11, and you are saying Shamar, Kemar, Alzarri, Craig, Tage, Alec, Hodge, Silva, Moti, Sinclair. So that's your playing 11. Let us see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You are missing one there. Oh, Greaves. Okay, so that's okay. Is that my same playing 11? It may well be. Yes, that looks like my same playing 11. So we are thinking alike. 007, how are you? Welcome. Hey, just join. What is your 11? Well, now that you're, yes, 007. Where are they guys from? Where are these guys from? Brian Banton? I don't quite understand the question, but if you're talking about us, we are located in the Caribbean, CIE. First test, Australia beat, but first, that won't happen. You know, one of the things that I'm very confident about is this, our bowling. If our batting was as good as our bowling, would be a very, very competitive team. I would have said earlier that spinners have been taken to the cleaners in recent time in Australia. I do not want you to underestimate Moti. Neither Shamar Joseph, Alzarri Joseph, and Kemar Roach, although he has not been a good performer away from the Caribbean for the West Indies, maybe this year. This year may just be Kemar Roach here. He has a lot more experience now, and so look forward. I do not underestimate our bowling attack. I wish, though, that our batting was as competitive and as good as our bowling. I said recently, when you take away South Africa, Australia, and India, this West Indies bowling attack is comparable to any in world cricket, including Pakistan, including England, including New Zealand. This West Indies bowling attack is comparable to any other apart from those three. And I really, really think that they are going to do a good job. Kirk Amute. Good morning, Mr. Cricket Forum. My playing 11, Tage out, that Silva and Brathwaite will open. So I'm playing both Sinclair and Moti and Hodge and Greaves. I'm leaving out Tage to play the extra spin bowler. Also, Tage is out of form. Kirk Amute, thank you very much for your opinion. It is appreciated. 007 is saying that McCaskey and Sinclair. Now, I don't think that they will play McCaskey, for clearly, if they were going to play him, he would have got a knock in the warm-up match. And I really think that he will not be played. It would be silly not to have played him in the warm-up match and then you come and play him in the test match. Please remember to slash a like on the video, click on the subscribe button, and remember this weekend gala. And Merrick is saying Sinclair is a must-play. He's deserving of a spot in the team. Merrick, I believe that Sinclair deserves a spot in the team, and I have him in my playing 11. But the facts are, in recent times, spinners have not done well in Australia. The only spinners that have done well is Ashwin, the Indian spinner who got 12 wickets in 3 matches in the 2020-21 series. And Ashwin is far, far better than Sinclair. So I am keeping my fingers crossed, but I think he will contribute better with the bat at number 7 than what Mackenzie and Chanderpaul is able to do at the top of the order. And Juna Benjamin is saying that Tage can't be dropped after 3 series. All you can't be serious. So the legend is saying that But Junior Benjamin, despite that double 100 in Zimbabwe, since then he have batted 10 times, and his highest score since then has been 36, and he has only passed 30 twice. So his game is not, I would not drop him. As you saw, he's in my playing 11, and so I would give him another opportunity, but he's no longer a sure pick. And so Greaves and Hodge were the best, and the Silva. Michael Douglas is saying that Tage would get the edge because he played Australia before. But if he failed in that first match, he's out of the 11. That's a good observation, a fair point. I do not have any objection to that. And Dobro Sevi is agreeing with Michael Douglas there. For the media, I guess they cannot say otherwise. Okay, Merrick, I got you. So good morning, Mrs. Jennifer Brown. How are you? She's saying good morning. Preparation going well does not mean that execution will be excellent. Very good point there. Very good point there, my dear Jennifer Brown. Welcome to the show. Nice. Well, good point. Well said. All unreasonable Junior Benjamin then carry around failed openers for years. All you want to just bust stage short after 53, 49, 200 in Test cricket. Okay, the legendary Junior Benjamin. He had starts against India. And Junior Benjamin is one of the legendary person in this community, and we always appreciate his opinion. We always appreciate his input. And as usual, we respect each other's opinion in this community. And so TD said, not impressed with Chanderpaul. I'll be okay with a different opener. Either debut Bishop is not there, or open with Alec and captain. But Bishop is not there, and I think Mackenzie could open. Kirkhamute is saying, okay, I changed my mind. I will play Tage instead of Mackenzie for the first test. So I'm leaving out Mackenzie to play the extra spin bowler all-rounder. Sinclair, but if Tage fail, the second test, Mackenzie in. Fair comment, Kirkhamute, no issue there. If Chanderpaul plays, I'll drop him down the order. The important thing that I want us to do here, I don't want us to say Chanderpaul play and if he fails. I want us to say we are going with this team and we are backing this team to perform. After all, it's our team. We cannot say that we are going to pick Brathwaite or we're going to pick Chanderpaul or we're going to pick Athanaze and we're going to pick Sinclair. But if they fail, this is what we're going to do. That is not supporting the team. Let us support our team. Once the 11 take the field, we must have positive intent and hope that they succeed. We cannot open for people to fail so that the other will come in. I do not like that. So let us concentrate and let us pick the 11 and let us back the 11. Jiran Rose, welcome to the show. He's not performing, that's why Tage got dropped. Okay, Giran Rose, I understand. No, that is my, if you are dropping Tage from out of your 11, drop him, no issue. But if you have him in your 11, then you must back him to perform. You must not be saying, if he fail. No, that's not the way we should look at it as supporters of West Indies cricket. Colin Velox, I don't believe West Indies will play Greaves and Sinclair in the same 11-man team. Thank you for your opinion, Colin Velox, and we welcome that position. And I understand what you are saying, that because both of them are all-rounders and both of them do the same thing. But they have been performing very well. Greaves have looked very good with the bat. Sinclair have been contributing runs and Sinclair have been taking wickets. But I take your point, Colin. You may well be right, and they may not play both of them. But I have both of them in my playing 11. Nothing wrong with his shoulder. Some people just move a certain way, especially when speaking publicly. Okay, Brian H., thank you for that. I'm very glad that you say that, because one of the times I was worried that his shoulder may fall off. So I'm very glad that you confirmed that nothing really wrong with his shoulder, dear Brian H. Arjun Schumer, all the way from India. Brathwaite plays slow and Paul plays far too slow. That's a very defensive mindset. Australia will enter the middle order in the first half an hour. Either open with Mackenzie and Chanda Paul at number 3. Thank you for your well thought out comment, Arjuna Sharma. I understand what you are saying, and I've made the point that our best approach to beat the Australian is to be very positive and to be attacking. We cannot be too defensive. My concern, however, is that these cricketers, they do not know the difference between positive and recklessness. I hope that the coach will find that middle ground. Brian Lara is there as a team mentor, and I really hope that he will work on these guys' minds and realize that reckless and positive is two different things. And so Michael Douglas is saying again, the way Brathwaite used Sinclair in the warm-up match, I doubt he's going to use him in that first match. Joseph bat before Sinclair in the warm-up match, and he never bowled much in the first innings. So Michael Douglas is making up, is saying what happened in that warm-up match. I don't expect them to win. However, I would like to see fight and some sessions winning. That is John Douglas. Very good point there, John Douglas. And David Ford is saying, first test match gonna draw with West Indies having the edge. We would be very, very happy if we wake up Saturday morning and the test match is drawn. What a good thing that will be. Clint Brewster, all the way from Trinidad, is saying, good day from Trinidad. You're playing 11. I agree with the side. Thank you very much, dear. Joe Ryan is saying, I am not sure about my keeper also being used as a specialist batter. But you have shown Joe Ryan, and we remember, and I'm not here comparing to Sangakkara, but remember that Sangakkara kept wickets for Sri Lanka and batted at number 3 in the middle to latter part of his career. So it has been done in the past, and it could be done again. Tinley Bootia is saying, sir, why Shayop is not in the test team? Now, I will tell you that Shayop averaged 25.25 or 0.05, one of them, but 25, 25 low in test cricket after 32 matches. Shayop is not a good test batsman, and all of these guys in the test team deserve a chance over Shayop. I will not pick The thing is, to be honest, if Shayop is playing as a wicketkeeper batsman in this team, I do not have an issue. But if he's playing solely as a batsman, I would have great issue with a man who is having 25 after 32 matches playing for the West Indies as a main batsman. Can West Indies win this T20 World Cup? Off topic there, Kim Joo-young, but I think that we can. We'll discuss that another time, but thank you for your contribution. But I think we can have. Travis Pierce is saying, Pessoa, hope choose T20, turn down the test call up. King Wang Yu is saying, yes, we love our West Indies team. Thank you, King Wang Yu. Really nice to have you on the show. It is a pleasure having you here. I thank you all for being here. All things is saying, hello, welcome to the show. Greetings to you, Marlon Esso. I want Chanda Paul to move his feet more. He continues to run down those wide deliveries and got out. Kevin is saying, my squad in batting order, Brathwaite, Chanda Paul, Mackenzie, Da Silva, Athanaze, Arch, Joseph, Moti, Jordan, Rhodes, Shamar. Have a blessed day from Trinidad. Thank you, Kevin Bunram, and for picking your playing 11. We always welcome all who pick their playing 11 and contribute to the show. Have a great day, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow evening at the start of the first test, 6:30 p.m. Jamaica time, 7:30 p.m. in the Eastern Caribbean. Please slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button and share the channel with your friends and let more people join the channel. And remember, catch you on Saturday at the Westin Hotel in Fort Lauderdale. I'm looking forward to see most of you. Let's celebrate our great players, our former great players. and wish them luck. All the best. Have a great day. One love. Godspeed.